but you do, and like, and you know, Sean, and everybody's got, like, you can do this part, but I can't do, and that's why you come together, it's a puzzle, and we all overlap, and we make these like beautiful collaborative pieces. Theater's so collaborative, and that's why I love it so much.
So go over there, read them, and we'll call you in when it's your time. I read over them. I was like, oh wow, that's powerful. Call me in, and I read with the director. So we go back and forth, and then something happened, and it was spiritual. I know it was, and I was like, something just took over me, and I was like, oh, whoa, and I was like, that was dope. She was like, yeah, you're okay, you're good, and I was like, all right, cool. And then the next director said, hey, can you read mine too? And I was like, yeah. So I got hers, we read it back and forth. I was like, man, that's it. The next director said, hey, can you read mine too? Well, I need you to have a Jamaican accent. And I was like, wow, go on, Virgin, if I bless up and down. So, and because we used to tease my best friend who was Jamaican, we used to tease him, wah. And so I was like, oh, I could do that. So read that one, and I read 3 or 4 more, and the director of the department, she called me later that night. She said, hey, Jason, you've been cast in all 7 plays. Wow. Said, that's God, y'all. And she said, but I can't let you do that. You can choose 2. Because you never acted before. And so the 2 that I chose were the first 2, Our Liberated Justice. And it was about the Black Panthers, and the second one was called Salam. It was about a Muslim who had flown into the Twin Towers, and he was a terrorist, but he was going to God to ask for atonement. So I was on stage by myself talking to God, right? And so that was my first experience as an actor, right? And I said, okay, I want this. This is what I want in my life. And I went to everybody's acting class. I was like, I want to get training. I have to get training. I have to get training. So I need training if I'm going to do this. So I had to get training because I had to train if I'm going to be a legitimate, if I'm going to do this thing, I have to get training. Yeah. So I did theater for 5 years straight, nothing but theater. I was in 3 plays at one time. Never do that. Never do that. I'm just saying. I don't recommend it. It's a great challenge.
You have to be ready. Yeah, no, that's not.
Yeah.
First of all, do you really love it?
Right. That part.
Do you really love it? Second of all, don't come my way. Because you're going to waste your time.
That part.
You're going to waste your time. And everybody in this room can attest to either being fired or seeing somebody get fired for those reasons.
I have done the firing.
Or been the firer. Yes.
Yeah,
so
me too.
please, young lady, starts with you. Do your work, right? Do the work. But your parents need to help you in that venture, and they need to meet you right where you are.
Yeah.
Now, if you slacking, then they ain't putting the key in the ignition to take you anywhere. However, if you are doing the work that you need to do, come on, parents.
Yeah.
Come on, help us out. Read an email from the top of the email to the bottom of the email. Can I get a witness?
Come on, guys.